There might be a new Men in Black film on the horizon, as an untitled sequel is reportedly set to begin shooting in January 2025. This development suggests the franchise is aiming to bounce back from the disappointing reception of Men in Black International, which came out in 2019. Starring Chris Hemsworth and Tessa Thompson, the film scored only 23% on Rotten Tomatoes and struggled to make a significant impact at the box office, but still was profitable and made the entire franchise box office closer to $2 billion. According to ProductionList.com, which tracks pre-productions for major film and TV projects, an untitled Men in Black project is scheduled to start shooting in January 2025 in London. The project details currently use information from Men in Black International as a placeholder, as no official plot has been announced for this rumored film. Premiering in 1997, Men in Black stars Will Smith and Tommy Lee Jones as agents J and K, who are part of a secret organization tasked with preventing an intergalactic terrorist from destroying Earth. Loosely based on the comic book series by Lowell Cunningham and Sandy Carruthers, the film featured a memorable theme and impressive practical makeup effects by Rick Baker, who won an Oscar for his work. The movie was a huge hit, grossing $589 million against a $90 million budget, and launched a successful franchise. Men in Black 2 came out 5 years later, but received mixed reviews, with some critics saying it recycled old ideas and didn't add anything new. The franchise then went quiet until 2012, when Men in Black 3 was released. The time away helped audiences overlook the flaws of MIB 2, and they flocked to see the sequel, which ended up outperforming the original at the box office, grossing $654 million. There were talks about making a fourth film with Jones and Smith, but Sony decided to switch things up and went with Men in Black International instead. Hemsworth and Thompson took over as the new leads, but fans weren't quite on board with them, even though they had good chemistry on screen. The movie didn't do well with critics or at the box office, which seemed to be the end for the franchise that had otherwise been a lot of fun. So, what is next for Men in Black, and has Will Smith hinted at his return? Even though Men in Black International came out 5 years ago, the franchise is still buzzing because of rumors about a crossover with 21 Jump Street. Back in 2014, news broke that this crossover was in the works, and by 2016, Sony confirmed the film, called MIB 23. The plan was to have Channing Tatum and Jonah Hill return as their Jump Street characters, Greg Jenko and Morton Schmidt, who would join the secretive Men in Black organization. Even though MIB 23 was officially announced, it never got off the ground. However, that doesn't mean the project is completely dead. Channing Tatum recently suggested that the film has a fantastic script and that efforts are still underway to make it happen. Hollywood being as secretive as it is, Tatum might be hinting that the rumored untitled Men in Black project, set to start filming in 2025, could actually be the crossover fans have been waiting for. Will Smith hasn't said much about returning to the franchise, but he did fuel speculation with a surprise appearance at Coachella this year. Dressed as Agent J, he performed the hit song Men in Black with Colombian rapper J Balvin. For now, the talk about Men in Black 5 or the MIB 23 crossover is still just talk. You can stream the Men in Black movies on Peacock in the meantime. If Men in Black 5 happens, it's likely Will Smith will be involved, especially since the movie might not do well without him. Smith needs a big franchise to earn top dollar, and he was one of the most bankable stars in the 90s and 2000s, making huge paychecks from the Men in Black films. While he first made waves with Bad Boys and Independence Day, it was the 1997 family comedy Men in Black that really showed his star power and franchise potential. Smith's charisma and his portrayal of Jay gave the movie its unique appeal, leading to 2 more sequels, Men in Black 2 and 3. The 2019 film Men in Black International didn't feature Will Smith, which contributed to its underperformance at the box office. Contrary to some reports, Smith didn't turn down the offer to return. It was actually Sony that decided not to bring him back. The studio thought that bringing Smith back for a 4th film would be too expensive and not as innovative. Given Smith's high salary for the Men in Black movies, it's not surprising they opted to go in a different direction, even though his absence was felt and likely impacted the film's performance. Will Smith earned a total of $169.1 million for his role as Agent J in the Men in Black franchise. For the original Men in Black in 1997, Smith was paid $5 million. His salary increased significantly for the sequel, Men in Black 2, where he earned $64.1 million. By the time he starred in Men in Black 3, his paycheck soared to $100 million. This means that on average, Smith made about $41.6 million per movie, reflecting a substantial increase from his initial salary. After receiving $5 million for the first Men in Black, Will Smith's salary increased to $20 million for Men in Black 2. By 2002, Smith had become a major star and was able to negotiate a deal that included a percentage of the movie's box office returns. For Men in Black 2, he received 10% of the film's $441 million worldwide gross, which added an extra $44.1 million to his $20 million base salary. For Men in Black 3, Smith's compensation was similarly structured. He had a base salary of $20 million, plus a percentage of the film's $65.4 million gross. This arrangement resulted in a total payout of $100 million. Smith's ability to command such high salaries reflects his significant box office draw and star power. While these figures are impressive, they also influenced Sony's decision to take a different approach for Men in Black International, moving in a new direction for the franchise. But they might be regretting that now and considering bringing back the original Men in Black with his gadget. Speaking of gadgets, one of the best things about the MIB movies, the gadgets, specifically the Neuralyzer. It is one of the franchise's most iconic gadgets, and recent scientific research suggests that its concept might be getting closer to reality. In the 1997 film, the Neuralyzer uses a beam of light to erase memories, a concept that seemed purely science fiction. However, researchers at UC Davis have conducted experiments that hint at a real-world parallel. In their study, scientists used an electric shock to condition mice to fear a cage. They then employed a fiber optic cable to direct light into the mice's brains, targeting specific cells. The result was that the mice no longer remembered their fear of the cage, suggesting that the memory had been erased. This process involves disrupting memory retrieval in the hippocampus, a crucial part of the brain involved in memory processing. Despite these advancements, there are significant hurdles to making Neuralyzers a reality. The technology used in the UC Davis experiment is not yet practical for human use, and the method relies on direct brain interfacing, which is not feasible at this time. Ethical concerns arise with memory erasure, as it could pose serious issues regarding consent and privacy if it were ever developed into a practical technology. For now, while the concept of the Neuralyzer is closer to reality than ever, it remains firmly in the realm of science fiction. I'd love to see something like this in MIB 5 for sure. Well, that's it. What are your hopes for Men in Black 5 or the rumored crossover with 21 Jump Street? Let me know in the comments. Be sure to like this video if you enjoyed the content and subscribe for more updates on the latest movies and shows. Hit the bell icon to stay notified with our latest posts. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.